D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro is standing by after announcing arrest for the murder of this young man, 21-year-old Eric Tarpinian Jackham. Eric was shot to death on the streets of D.C. in June, about a mile from the White House. He was in D.C. for an internship at a congressional office, an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire of a, quote, neighborhood dispute. Two 17-year-olds have now been charged as adults with first-degree murder. Pirro says both have prior violent juvenile records. A third suspect now being pursued. Eric's mother, Tamara, joined the story a few weeks ago when President Trump first announced his federal crime crackdown in D.C.
I looked at Eric's ashes and I said, Eric, you haven't died in vain. Things will change so other people are safe when they go visit D.C. or work in D.C. And that's my goal, to make people safe.
Can you imagine? Eric's parents, Tamara and Robert, will join us in moments, but we begin with Jeanine Pirro, U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. She joins us exclusively. Judge, it's great to see you again. Great to have you on the show. I want to know if you can give us more information about the third suspect. Do you know anything that might be helpful?
Well, I can't give you information about him right now. Obviously, we know who he is. We are looking for him right now as we speak. He will not get away. We will have him in custody. We have no doubt about that. But he is the third of this trio that was out on a beautiful summer evening, June 30th, 2025 in Washington, D.C., where Eric Tarpinian Jackham, a 21-year-old intern who was working in Congress and, aspiring to be, a political person and learning what he could from the system, ends up going outside in a not violent area of Washington, but he ends up being shot 4 times and killed. The amazing part of this is that we now know, after a very intensive investigation by the Metropolitan Police Department and my office, that there were 2 long guns involved and a 9mm. There were 79 rounds on the ground near where the shooting took place. Eric, unfortunately, is deceased. There were a couple of other people who were hit. But right now we have charges against, as you said, those 2 17-year-olds. We are charging them as adults, even though they're juveniles, with murder in the first degree, murder while armed. And the sad part about all of this is that they had a violent history in juvenile court. And we cannot get access to those records, but we do know certain things. But for the fact that the District of Columbia, the D.C. Council, and these laws that are so left-wing and so criminal-oriented are allowing young punks like these kids to be protected in the family court where the purpose is rehabilitation. But for that, I should have had these kids in my jurisdiction. And we are fighting with President Trump, along with the president, to make D.C. safe and beautiful. And one of the things the president is determined to do is to bring these young punks who are violent criminals and make them accountable in the adult criminal system. They can no longer abscond from criminal responsibility because we think we need, or they think they need, to be coddled in D.C. These are violent individuals. We see it day in and day out. And unfortunately, you've got Tamara now and Robert Tarpinian Jackham, who have to deal with the loss of this. These are innocent families who are torn apart because of these lax laws that allow these kids with guns in D.C. who are running the streets, running in gangs and crews, and are getting away with it.
But it's amazing, Judge, because you kind of just touched on a little bit there. You're charging both of these 17-year-olds as adults. You have said again and again, it's been part of your theme, it's time to stop coddling these young criminals. But that also means changing the system, sometimes drastically, and that's a process.
Yeah, it's a process, and let me tell you something. As people are being murdered on the streets in our nation's capital, which is a place that's supposed to be the shining city on the hill. We can't just sit back and say, you know, it's going to be a big process. The president is up to the process. I'm up to the process. And what we're going to do is we're going to change this. It's got to change. We cannot allow, look, D.C. is the fourth most violent city in the country. And that was last year. So the homicide rate is through the roof. We can't let this continue and say that's the way it is, and that's why we're going to change it. And unfortunately, we've got Tamara and Robert, who lost their precious son. These angels go away every day silently because of this nonsense.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of crazy. Very quickly, I just wanted to get your take on this, Judge, because, you know, there has been a lot of pushback against, you know, the troops going out in D.C., and we're talking about Chicago and other cities, but it's worked. You had, you know, the D.C. mayor, Muriel Bowser, has come out and said, listen, we're going to work together in this, and that's kind of pushed this whole thing forward.
Yes, and the mayor was at my press conference today. Look, violent crime is down 45% at least based upon this surge. The people of Washington are happy with the fact that these partners of ours are going into crime-infested areas and making a difference. We're taking charges and filing those charges and looking to punish those individuals who are violating the laws and the security and safety of people in our nation's capital. And as we go forward, we're going to see carjackings are down, violent crime is down. It's a deterrence. And all these people who are against it are there. It's all about politics. They don't care about the American people. We have an oath to protect the people, and that is the first order of government. And anyone who opposes that is not interested in the people. They're interested in power.
Yeah. Judge, it's very gracious of you to come on. If you would stand by for us for a second, I want to bring in Eric's parents, Tamara and Robert. They are with us now because, Judge, they have a message. They wanted to say something to you. Tamara, Robert, thank you for coming on the show. What is it that you would like to say to Judge Pirro?
I would like to thank you, Judge, for doing your job in D.C. And I always respected you even before you had this position. I also want to thank all the detectives and everybody who has worked tirelessly on this case. It was a shock. We heard for the first time from your news conference what exactly happened with Eric and what kind of guns. We are very, very thankful, and hopefully that this will continue of finding all these for all these homicide victims, that they will get their due justice too for their families, because it's not fun to be in this club. And my heart goes out to all the other families who have lost children to senseless homicide. And thank you so much. And I want to thank Gabriel Truby from the Metro Detective. I want to thank him. And I want to thank Megan Riley, the victim advocate, who has listened to me yell and scream and cry over the last couple months. They did their jobs. Bob, do you want to say something?
Judge Pirro, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if I ever meet you, I want to give you a big hug right here. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for having us on. We really appreciate it. And let's make all of America's cities safer.
Yeah.
If we don't have safety, we don't, what is worth our material things, our families? It's not worth it if people are not safe in America, the greatest country in the world. And please, this isn't political. It's a safety issue for everybody, for every person across America, no matter where you live or where you visit. So let's all come together.
Thank you.
Judge, it is a resounding endorsement by people who clearly are heartbroken that, you know, that things are moving possibly in the right direction. Judge Pirro, thank you as always. Nice work. We shall see you soon. Thank you. We'd like to continue.
I will talk to you, Tamara and Robert. My heart goes out to you. The fight's not over yet. We've got a prosecution And we've got a long time of connecting going forward to get you justice, and we will get you justice.
Thank you.
Oh, can I just say one word, please? Can I
Yes,
say, yesterday, Judge Jeanine, you were wearing an orange dress on TV. And I showed it to Bob. I go, look at Judge is wearing an orange dress. And what did you say, Bob?
Something good's gonna happen. That was Eric's favorite color.
That's what he said. Something good's going to happen. It's Eric's favorite color because he was born 10/28. And that was his favorite color, orange. And it's ironic that he was murdered at 10/28. So that number two, that orange, Eric is looking down. That was a sign. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Judge, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Tarpinian Jackham, thank you. Very quickly, before I go, I just want to know, Tamara, what you think about the arrest of the two suspects, the 17-year-olds.
I'm happy. It should have never came to this. If what we hear is true, that they have a history in the with crime.
Yeah.
This should have never happened, and it happens all over America, and it needs to stop. And we all need to do our due diligence that justice is served. And if we can't be coddling criminals, and it starts off as small little things, I would think, and just progresses, and it's not okay. Things have changed since I was born in the 60s and my husband in the 50s. Things have really changed to willy-nilly and, this and that. We respected our parents, we respected law enforcement, we respected our teachers, and now I feel respect has gone out the door, as we see every day in our environments.
Bob?
And respect for life has gone. No, but we have to have respect for life.
Bob, would you like to add something?
No, I just want to thank you for letting us speak out.
Thank you for having us. And I hope people hear this, no matter what side of the fence you're on. And please take it literally that this could happen to anyone, and we need to be safe.
And we'd like to thank you because it's an important message. We know this is heartrending, heartbreaking for you. Thank you for sharing your story and being on with the judge. Best of luck in finding the third suspect, and best of luck to you and your family. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Have a good day.
You as well.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.